Hi everyone, this is my week 4 video discussion over chapters 8 and 9 for sound effects and dialogue and musical score. I really enjoyed reading about sound effects and like the different things that went into it. It also kind of took you back to older movies before they had before they put as much thought into sound effects as they do now. From our list that we were given, I chose how do sound effects affect the meaning of the film. I think they affect the meaning of the film in the way that they shape maybe not fully shape, but they play a big role in how the movie is conceived and portrayed, how it's viewed and interpreted. So like the pictures and the scenes already set a tone and already give the movie like meaning, but I feel like sound enhances it. Like for example, you're watching a scary movie and a suspenseful scene is coming up, they usually play suspenseful music. So it kind of gets you on edge and kind of, it enhances that scene, enhances the pictures in the film. In our book, it said that in the 1970s, most producers and directors thought about sound after the picture. So they use sound, in the book it said they used sound to cover mistakes, which I thought was interesting. I never really thought about using sound to cover up any mistakes that were made. But it says that they gave sound an afterthought, like they didn't think that it was important to process it through every step of the movie. So it comes in 3 phases in a film production now. There's pre-production, production, and post-production. In the 1970s, they were just using it as post-production. They weren't including it throughout all 3 phases. Like I said, sound is potentially just as expressive as images are. Like in a scary movie, or if you're watching a sad movie and they play sad music or sad instrumental music or something like that, it expresses the scene just as much as the film and pictures do as well. I personally feel like. Another one that I picked was, what do you think makes for good sound effects in film? In the book it said that most of the sounds that they use come from wild recordings of real things, except for the ones that were made on electronic equipment for electronic sounds. So I thought that was pretty cool. So they actually have to kind of hunt down and find a sound that they really like, that's already been produced to add into their movie. I thought that was really cool. I also noted how I like the sound effects create emotions, or evoke your emotions. Maybe not create emotions, but evoke your emotions. So if you're watching a scary movie or a suspenseful movie, they'll usually play scary, suspenseful music. If you're watching like a happy, cheerful movie, it's usually cheery music, so it makes you feel good. So I really like how it affects your emotions. I think that's pretty cool. I also like the realism and like the authenticity of the sounds. So the fact that they use like the wild recordings of things that were like in real life that have already been recorded, I think that it uses a lot of realism and authenticity. So I think that's really cool, rather than just kind of like covering it up and figuring something out to make do. I like it. I think that's cool. I also like how sounds in movies and scenes, they'll seamlessly blend from one to the other. They just know how to put it all together. It's an artistic thing. So they're artists. They know how to blend all this stuff together and make it work, to make it perfect for their movie. So like one example that I put was Jurassic Park, how the dinosaur sound effects, they always have the perfect timing. Anytime a suspenseful scene comes up and you hear a roar in the background, you know something's about to happen. So I think that's pretty cool. So anyways, I really enjoyed reading about all the sounds and the way they do sounds in movies, and it's progressed a long way over, I feel like, a short amount of time. I don't feel like 1970, that's a very short amount of time for it to evolve, I feel like, but I don't know. But I really enjoyed this one. So I really enjoyed learning about the sound production and how sound and design work together.